The truth.
Hey guys, 5YCM here. I'm going to be making this video on C5 clips. This video is going to be about how to get more kills in Phantom Forces. I'm going to be going over my settings, my gun, my loadout, and pretty much everything you guys need to know. So I'm going to start off with spawning, even though this is something I don't really do that much myself. You might want to just quickly scroll over the people who you're about to spawn on. For instance, this guy seems like he's in a good spot, so I can spawn on him. Good kill. And so yeah, spawning is pretty important in this game. It's a lot more important than people think it is, so take that into consideration while you're playing, or while you're about to spawn in. Okay guys, so another important thing for you guys to realize is that you guys have a good sensitivity, one that's meant for you. So what I mean by this is that you have a sensitivity that you're comfortable with. So in this game, it's okay if you have your sensitivity a little higher than normal, but you don't want it to be a little bit lower than normal, since this game is mostly high-paced. Unless you're a hardscoper, somebody who just sits with a sniper and just waits for people to do something, then you guys might want to have a higher sensitivity. For instance, my DPI is 800, and this is my in-game sensitivity right here. 0.841 is my mouse aim sensitivity, and 0.707 is my mouse look sensitivity, which I'm going to change right now. This, I think I just put as random, but it works for me, so if you guys want to do this, you can. Another important thing that I would like to make clear is that you put 105 for your field of view. Make sure that you have the max for your field of view because it lets you see more people and it lets you see the map wider. Another reason why large FOV is so important is because it reduces recoil shake, or camera shake, whatever you want to call it. It makes it so that when you shoot, your screen doesn't shake as much. And that's something that I found to be really, really useful whenever I'm fighting. The rest of the display settings are up to you, but I recommend turning most things off, like blood, because it helps a lot with FPS if that's something that you are struggling with. Something else I'd like to point out is that you have Roblox FPS Unlocker. Some say this is cheating, but it's literally just unlocking your FPS. It's not cheating. I can link one in the description for those of you who want to use mine. It's pretty good. I get around 240 frames, so it makes it a lot smoother in game. So that's another thing that I would recommend. Something else I'd love to point out to people, and a tip that I would love to give to you, is movement. Movement is an extremely important game that will get you going around the map quicker and will get you more kills in result. So movement doesn't take too long to learn unless you've been playing this game for a while and you're already familiar with the way that the guns slow you down and the way that you run around. For instance, I'm going to show you guys my movement right here. If you guys want to get around the map quickly, I recommend pressing Shift C. Shift C and then press Shift again to get back up. That's something that I literally do every 5 seconds, and it's something that if you do, I'm sure you'll get around the map much quicker. Another tip I have for you guys is pressing Shift C and then jumping and vaulting onto items, as it speeds you up a lot. Just like that. It's basically a double Shift C. Something else you guys can do if you guys are in the middle of a battle is Shift Z, right? So Shift Z boosts you forward. But if you press Shift Space Z, it flings you up in the air. But something else you can add on to this, if you have a gun equipped only, is while you're in air, you can spam ADS and you guys can run. For instance, watch this. See how I'm still standing back up? If I weren't to ADS, I would go like this. I wouldn't be able to move. I'd have to press Shift to get back up again. But if you're running like this, Shift Z, and then ADS, and press Shift. Make sure you press Shift after you ADS. If you do that, you can just run again while you're in midair. And this is extremely useful because it's a very fast way to get around. It's called dolphin diving. And the last tip that I want to leave you guys off with, that a lot of people don't tend to do, that I think is really important, and that I personally do, is training your aim. This is something a lot of people would find sweaty, but I find it really useful because it just helps your aim overall. Anything that makes you a better player and gets you more kills is worth it, regardless of what people say about it. Hey guys, so the last thing I want to go over is my loadout. I'm using the HK416. It's an assault rifle under the category Assault. I personally believe that this is the best weapon in the game, although many would argue this. The attachments that I have on it are as following. For optics, I have reflex sight. I'm sure that most people over rank 100 would agree that the reflex sight is the best sight on most scouts and assault rifles. For barrel, I have compensator. Compensator is a key factor into my loadout. Without compensator, this gun is a terrible gun. What compensator does is it reduces horizontal recoil and drift by dispensing muzzle gases vertically, but slightly increases vertical recoil climb. For underbarrel, I have folding grip. Folding grip reduces recoil almost completely. It makes it so that it's a normal gun. Most people would probably call you out for no recoil. For other, I have green laser. Green laser improves hipfire spread grouping and recoil recovery speed. So it's really good for spraying in groups of people because you don't have to wait so long for your recoil to recover. I don't have any sort of ammo, which might surprise you. Armor piercing could be really important if you want to get a little bit more damage and penetration. But personally, I believe that no ammo type is the best. I would stick with the gun's default ammo type. That's it for today's video on C5 clips. This has been 5YCM. I really hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did, or if you guys have any suggestions or anything you guys want to tell me, go ahead and go down in the comments. Remember that I appreciate any support, whether that's commenting, liking, or subscribing, or even sharing the video with some of your Phantom Forces friends. Regardless of what you guys do, I appreciate it, and I would like to sign off. See you guys later.